Hi there everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this scarf. It's actually made in what's called ribbon lace, and you make one motif and then you do another one and then you do another one on top of each other. So you're just going from one motif to the other, to the other, to the other, and you're turning your work around each time, so you're not going in the round. It's a little bit tricky. It's not really a beginner's project, so if you're just starting out to crochet, I wouldn't recommend that you do it, but if you know the basics of crochet and just follow me, it's pretty easy. I've made mine pretty short. I only used one ball of this yarn, so you could make it longer. I just didn't want to make a real long scarf, I just wanted it shorter. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say about it. That's basically it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and you can check me out on my Facebook. I do have a Facebook up now. I have a blog as well, and I'm on Pinterest, so whichever you want to join me on, feel free to, and let's get started. Alright, so the yarn that I'm using for this project is Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable. It's the same one as I used in one of my other projects, and it's got this like fluff, so it can get in your way a little bit, but I still love it. This one is, it says it's a size 4 medium, but it's actually pretty thin. I'll show you now, and I'm using a size hook 5. They say 5 millimeters, so I am using the 5. I'm probably only going to be using one ball, so I'll try and remember to tell you guys how much I use. And this is the thickness of it. You probably can't see too well. It's not super thick. It says it's a 4, but it's the one of the thinner fours. The reason I'm telling you that is because your motif is a little bit, it's supposed to be done in a thread, but I didn't want to do it in thread. I wanted to do it in this yarn. So it's a little bit more fuller, which to me is not going to be a problem. But if you go with a very thick yarn or with thicker yarn, I think you're going to end up with a bit of a problem. So you want to try and stay with your thinner yarn that you can. And so yeah, this is the first little part of it, and I'm going to show you how to make this one right now. Okay, so to start this one, I did a magic circle, and I just did 22 double crochets in my magic circle. So you do your magic circle and just do 22 double crochets in here. I obviously just do 3 for my first one, and then you're going to just go in your little hole here and do another 21. So altogether you need to have 22 of these. So do 22 double crochets in here, and then I'm going to meet you back and show you how to do the rest. Okay, so I've got my 22 double crochets, and you're going to go into the top of your chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to just do a slip stitch into that third chain, and then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 5, and this 5 is standing for your chain 3. For your chain 3s for your first double crochet and chain 2, because we're going to do 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, chain 2 in each one of these double crochets. So that's standing for your first one. Then you're going to go into your first stitch, do a double crochet, and then chain 2, and then a double crochet into your next stitch. That was the one, so you're going into your next stitch, and then you're going to chain 2. And you're going to do this all the way around, and you should have 22 stitches again. There's my next one, because this is the one I went in. Double crochet, chain 2, next stitch, double crochet, chain 2. So you go ahead and do this all the way around. So you're just going into each stitch, and I'll meet you back here. So this is my last double crochet that I'm doing in here, and it is chain 2 in between, and then I'm going to just slip stitch into the third chain. 1, 2, 3, because I got to have 2 for the 2 chain in between. I'll just slip stitch into that, and that's got your first part of your little round doily thing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. Actually, I'm going to slip stitch into this space, because this is where you're doing your next stitch in all of these spaces, one in each space. So I'm going to chain 3, which stands, I'm doing trebles here, but I'm just going to have 3 instead of 4 for the treble for the first one. It doesn't really matter. And then trebles you wrap around twice and you go into the same space. And we're doing these trebles together. So you're only going to go through 2 of those stitches, wrap around twice and in the same space. So this is my third treble, go through 2 and then you're going to go through all 3 of them. And that's your 3 trebles together. And then you're going to chain 3, because that's the space, the chain you want to have in between. So now you're going to do another treble in your next space. So 1 treble in your next space, but don't finish it. Another treble in the same space, don't finish it, you're just going through 2 and 2, another treble in the same space, and we'll just go through 2 and then you go through all 3, and that's how you do your trebles together. And then you're going to have your 3 chain in between again, 1 2 3, and then you're going into your next space. So I've got 1 in that space, 1 in there. So once again we should have 22 of these trebles. So go into this next space, don't finish your treble, do another one in the same space, don't finish your treble, do another one in the same space, and don't finish your treble, and then you're going to go through all 3 of them, well, all 4 of them, sorry, and chain 3. And that's all that you're going to do for this round. So you're going to do that all the way around in each one of these, so that you end up with 22, and I'll meet you back at the beginning. Alright, so I've come all the way around, and make sure that you do have 22 of these, and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of my, actually I'm going to slip stitch into this part over here where you made your treble, just slip stitch in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 15, 1 2 3. So now you've crocheted your 15 chains, and you are going to just do a single crochet in your very first space. So just do 1 single crochet in there. Okay, so now you're going to do 4 single crochets in each of these spaces, 1 2, in each of your chain spaces that you had made on your previous round. So 4 in each of these 6, 1 2, so it's 4 single crochets in 6 of these. You are doing this all the way around, but it's just there's a bit of a pattern going on here. Okay, so you did your chain there, and you just did a slip stitch in this top of your treble. Then the next 6 spaces you do 4 single crochets in each. And this one you're going to do 2 single crochets, 1 2, and then you're going to do chain 3, and we're going to do picots, and then you're going to just do a single crochet in these 2 over there. Let's do a single crochet through those, and then another 2 in the same space. See, in your same space. So you're still doing your 4, but you're just doing a picot, I don't know what you call them, in there. So in your next space you're going to do chain 2, and 1 2 3, and I just go in these one, in that one, and in that one. I just do that, and then another 2 in the same space. And you're going to do that now, and you're going to do that to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So you have 13 picots. So just keep doing that until you have 13 of these, and I will meet you back. Okay, so we've got 13 of these picots. Now your last 2 you're going to just do your 4 single crochets. So I've just got 2 left, and you're just going to do 4 single crochet like you did in the beginning, in this one and in this one. Okay, so you've got your last 2 like that, and then you're just going to single crochet, you're just going to slip stitch in here. I'm just going to go in there, and I'm going to take my yarn off, and that's the very first motif, and then we're going to work with our other motifs with a new yarn. Okay, so what you're going to do is do a slip knot, and we are going to join our yarn in this side of our work. Okay, so to the right of this, and I'm just going to join in over here. Scoot you in a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to join it in over here. I'll do a single crochet, and then you're going to do 3 chain. But because I did the single crochet, I'm only doing 2. And then you're going to go into this stitch with a single crochet. Okay, so you did a single crochet over there, then you're going to turn your work, so you're going onto the wrong side of your work now. Move that out your way. You're going onto the wrong side of your work, and you're going to do 15 double crochets in there. So all you're going to do is just start with your double crochet right now. That's kind of standing as a double crochet, and you're going to do 15. Okay, so we do 15 all together. Your first one is going to be included, so this chain here is counted as 1. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So just keep going and do 15 in here, and then I will meet you again. So we turned around. See, you over here, you did your chain, you slip stitched in there, did your chain, did a single crochet in there, and then you just went ahead and did double crochets. You have to turn your work and then double crochet in here, and I'll meet you back. Alright, so we've done our 15 double crochets in that chain, and what you're going to do now is you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to single crochet into this single crochet over here. So the fourth one over here, you're just going to do a single crochet in there. So then you're going to chain 2. So then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to do a double crochet in your very first chain, and then you're going to chain 2 and do a double crochet in the next chain, or really single crochet, chain 2 and double crochet in your next stitch, chain 2. So it's the same as what we did on the other one, and then double crochet in your next stitch. So do that all the way around, and you should end up with 15 of these double crochets, and that's including this one over here. Okay, so this is, I've got 14, and I'm going to do my last one in here, in this space over here, and then you're going to do a single crochet into the 4th single crochet on this side, and you're going to chain 3. Okay, so you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to do a single crochet into the next set of single crochets. So you do a single crochet in that one, and then you chain 3, and then we're going to do our trebles in this first chain space over here, because you turned your work around, and now we're working on the other side again. But don't finish your trebles, it's exactly the same as the previous row. You don't finish them because we're going to do them all together as a cluster. And now we'll get them all together, and you're going to have 3 chain in between that. Okay, and now in your next space you do the same thing. And now you're only going to have 14 of these at the end. Through there, and then through all of the stitches, and then chain 3. So you keep doing that all the way around till you're back here, but remember you're only going to have 14 of these. So you'll have 14 of these, and I'll meet you back here. Alright, so I've come around and I've got 14 trebles in here, and then you're going to do chain 3, and then you're going to single crochet in this one, the 4th one over here. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to turn around, and you're going to chain 1. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do a single crochet, and then you're going to do your picot. And we're doing the same kind of thing as we did on the other side. So I'm going to single crochet in there, and then I'm going to do 2 single crochets in here in the same space. So this is all in the same space. So all that you did was you chained 1, and then you did a single crochet, your picot, and your 2 single crochets there. And now you're going to do the same thing in the next one like we did on the very first one. Chain 2, single crochet 2, chain 3 for your picot, single crochet in these 2, and chain 2 in the same space. So you have the same thing as that you did over here. We're just doing it on this side. So chain 2, single crochet 2, chain 3, and finish your picot over here, a single crochet in there, and then chain 2 here. So do that, but you're only doing that for, you need to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you need 8 of these picots. So do that so that you have 8 of these, and I'll show you how to do the rest. Okay, so I've done my 8 over here. Now the next 7 are just going to be your 4 single crochets in your spaces. So you don't do the picot in these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all you're going to do in the next 7. So do the next 7 just plain, and I'll meet you back here. Alright, so we've got our 7 sets of the single crochets. Alright, so when we've finished, I had shown you how to do your first one, and then we finished with, so that was the first round one, and then we did this one, and you ended up over here. Now the rest that you ended up over here. Now all that I'm going to show you is the repeat of going from one side to the other side, and this is what you're going to do over and over. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm just showing you further up. So once you're finished with this half for one, this is what you do continuously now. This is the very same spot. So you just need to remember that you have 5 of these picots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7 with just 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. So if you can remember that, then you're good to go. And see, I've just done my 7th one with 4 single crochets in there. Okay, so you've finished with your 4 single crochet here. Now you're going to do a single crochet in this first treble and a single crochet in the next single crochet. Then you're going to do your chain. Okay, then you do your 13 chain, and you're going to turn your work around, and you're going to do a single crochet in your first space over here, this very first single crochet over there. Just going to do a single crochet there, and that's forming your circle over there. Then you're going to do chain 3 and single crochet in the next treble. Alright, so you got your 13 chain, you single crocheted in that very first stitch, chain 3 and do a single crochet in the very next treble. Turn your work around, and now we're going to do 11 double crochets in here, because you want 12 altogether, and this one is considered the first one. So you need to have 12 altogether, including this one. So you just do these double crochets in here. So make sure that you have 11, and I'm going to put my 11 in, and I will meet you back once I've got my 11 in. Alright, so you should have 12 double crochets, including that chain that you had made. And then you're going to go into your very first treble with a single crochet. And don't worry about your extra chain, it kind of pans out. When that stretches out a bit, it works out fine, so don't worry about that. And then you're going to do chain 3 and single crochet in your next treble. Okay, and then you're going to turn your work around, and then you are going to chain 2, 1, 2, and double crochet in your very first space here, and then you're going to chain 2 and double crochet in the next one, chain 2, double crochet in the next one, and you should have 12 of these double crochets with a chain 2 when you're done. So you should have 12 altogether, including this here. So finish that and I'll meet you back here. Alright, so you should have 12 double crochets with 2 chain in between, including the chain that you had made over there. Now you don't end with 2 chain, you just end with your double crochet, and then you're going to go into this first treble with a single crochet. Okay, and then you're going to chain 3 and single crochet into the next treble. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to start your trebles in this first space over here, and it's just the same as you did. You're doing 3 trebles together, so you don't finish your treble and then at the end you finish your treble, and you do 3 chain in between. So wrap around twice in the next space, 1 treble, that's not complete, second treble, it's not complete, and third, all in that same space, and then go through all of them and do chain 3. So it's chain 3, and then in your next space you do your 3 treble together, and you should end up with 11 of these trebles all the way. So do that and I will meet you back at the end of this round. Okay, so you should have 11 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And remember, don't end off with chain 3, just end off with your treble. And then you're going to go into your next treble, so not this one but the next one, with a single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet into this last one here. And you're going to turn your work around again, and this is the last part with the picots that you're doing over here. So you're going to chain 1 and you're going to go into this over here, so don't jump ahead there, go in here with a chain, with a single crochet, chain 3 for your picot into these 2 stitches here with a single crochet, and then in the same space 2 single crochets. Now you go into your next space over here and you're doing this all the way, 2 single crochets in there, chain 3, single crochet in your first chain, and single crochet, single crochet. Okay, so 2 single crochets, your 3 chain into the bottom of your picot, and 2 single crochets all in that same space. Now what you have to end up with is you have to end up with 5 of these. So you want to have 5 picots over here. So it's 5 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7 with 7 spaces with just your 4 single crochets. So I'm going to do that and then I'll meet you back here. So do 5 of these in your next 5 spaces and 7 with just 4 single crochets in, and I'll meet you at the end of that. Alright, so this part of the motif is done. You have your 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So to sum it all up, you do your 13 chain, and then you do your you want to have 12 double crochets in your chain, 12, and then you want to have 12 double crochets with 2 chains, and then you want to have 11 of these, and then 5 and 7. So if you can just remember that, you'll be good to go. So now what you're going to do, I did my last, this is number 7 with 4 double crochets. Now you're going to just go into, because remember now you've got to start with your next circle. So you're going to go into this first treble over here, single crochet in there, and into the next stitch, single crochet, chain your 13, 11, 12, 13, do your 13, turn your work around. Alright, so you did your 13 chain, you turn your work around and you're going to go into this very first single crochet with a single crochet. Okay, and then you're going to chain 3 and single crochet in the first treble. And then you're going to turn your work around, and that is standing as your first double crochet. And remember, we want 12 double crochets in your circle. So you're going to do double crochets until you have 12 of them. I'm just going to do it in the circle. So make sure you have 12, including this chain 3 here. Okay, so I've got my 12. I just try and straighten it a little bit on this chain. It evened out a little bit. Okay, and then you are going to do a single crochet in the next treble up here. So not that one, this treble here. You do a single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet in the next one, and then you turn your work around, and then you are going to do chain 2, and we're going to do a double crochet in this first double crochet, and then you're going to do chain 2 and double crochet in the next one, chain 2, double crochet in the next one, and you're going to do this all the way around till you've got 12 double crochets, including this one. So just keep doing that and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so I've finished and I've got my 12, including this one. Got my 12 double crochets with 2 chain in between, and then you're going to finish with a double crochet, don't chain 2, and go into your next treble with a single crochet, and then chain 3 and go into your next treble with a single crochet. Turn your work around, and now we have to do our trebles. So you turn your work around and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and start with your trebles in here. And same thing as you did on the previous motif. Don't finish your trebles and do 3 of them in the same space, and then finish them by going through all and chain 3. And then you do the same thing in the next one. And remember, you want 11 of these. So do that all the way around and I'll meet you back at the end of that round. Alright, so you should have 11 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You were in your finished your last space. Remember, don't chain 3, just do a single crochet in your next treble, which will be this one. So you're stretching over. Then you're going to chain 3 and do a single crochet in this last one. Turn around, turn your work around, and then we're going to do our picots again. And remember, you're going to do it in this very first one. So chain 1, single crochet 1, and then chain 3 for your picot. Go into these 2 and finish off with 2 single crochets in the same space. Okay, so you have that one. Go into your next one, single crochet 2, picot, and single crochet in your picot, and 2 more single crochets in that same space. And remember, you want to have 5 of these and then finish the last 7 with just 4 single crochets. So I'm going to do that and I'll meet you back here. Alright, so I've just finished that part of the motif, and you have your 5 picots and your 4 single crochets in the chain space. Now that is all that you're going to keep on doing. I'm not going to show you again because I would just go on for eternity until I'm finished with the scarf, but that's all that you do. You're just going from the one side to the other, and that's how simple the pattern is, and you just end up having your motifs, one on this side, one here, one there, one there, and it's a very nice design. I love it, and you can make your scarf as long as you want it. And yeah, so that's basically it. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that you come right with it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and hopefully I'll be able to help you. But yes, that's it. So I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for joining me. Bye.